Welcome to a new video on my channel and to a presentation of a trading indicator that will fascinate you. No joke, stay tuned until the end. I will show you that it works in every time frame, 3 minutes, 30 minutes, and 4 hours. It is perfectly optimized to allow for automated trading of everything. You can do it manually or automatically. We also tested this in a group, we're part of a test group, and made some improvements here as well, and this thing can really do just about everything. It has incredible performance, and I will show you that. Here I have also displayed a bit, maybe in between, so you can see what it looks like. There are stop loss, and there are different take profit zones. You can set the stop loss to break even after reaching a certain take profit, or you can move the stop loss into profit as an additional option when you have reached take profit 2, 3, or 4, for example, or 3, however you prefer. There is so much more. It's really brilliant, which is why I'm going straight to the chart. So, I have already prepared a chart. We will optimize it just a little bit more. We will look at the 3 minutes, 30 minutes, and 4 hours, so you can see that it really performs incredibly, regardless of the time frame, when you play around a bit with the settings. Let's start with the boxes here. I believe they speak for themselves. Settings boxes, where are the take profit levels, what percentages are taken out, trading sensitivity, what do I risk per trade, where is my stop loss, and there will be a filter later that I will show you. What is my break-even target? When will my stop loss be set to break even? In this case, I have set take profit 1. When do I want to set my stop loss into profit? Can I also set take profit 1, 2, or 3? And at what percentage should it then go into profit? This speaks for itself. How many trades were won, lost, win rate, the win series, and the lost series. What started with $10,000 in capital, for example, on April 1st, is now $12,079, and we are talking about 20.8% portfolio profit with just 1x leverage. These calculations represent an X leverage. Why? Because I have set it to only 2% and want to risk only 2%. And when 100% of the trade is taken, this is what comes out. So this is really crazy. Then we have the live performance fields here. I will explain them briefly as well. You can see here, for example, if I go up now and say, hey, we haven't taken a profit yet. But it also shows you at which price zones you can set limit orders in advance, and at which price zones you can take your take profit zones. If I let this run for a moment and it goes up, you will see that when it reaches take profit 1, it already tells me that I have added 0.28% to the portfolio profit. At take profit 2, another 0.62, at take profit 3, another 0.54. The total interest so far is 1.16, which is not shown here yet, as these accumulated percentages will only be added once the trade is completed. And in this case now, he has 20.8, he has added 1.9% to the portfolio in this case. This can all be turned off as well. For example, you can see break even when it has been reached. And exactly that would be it for now. I am going into Ripple mode and will now make a few adjustments. I have of course prepared a little something so that this doesn't take too long now. Where are we going here? Oh, where are we going? Here, I can show you that I can turn trading labels on and off. These are the labels here that indicate the live performance. Then there is the able color candle, because if I feel like it, I can keep my trend open much longer before I say, I will take profit 4 and take everything. So, what do we have left? We have here exactly that we are going down. We have the candle colors. How long do I want to backtest? I can of course choose, or what the chart provides. Then I go back as far as possible. Now it writes here, April 1st. So in 1.5 months, it made 20% with 1x leverage. Long short remains. I can toggle long and short on and off if I want to filter that. And now we will go to the training sensitivity because I want to show you. Let's just set it to 10. We will see right now that we have made 43.25% in 1.5 months. And X leverage, we are still here. I can turn on another indicator here. I can say, for example, I don't know, let's go with 115, the IME filter. Maybe that helps. It's now 37%, which isn't that great. Let's check 110. And we always take 41%. Anyway, I can test different filters here. Which ones do I want to use? Volume, weight, movement, average. The SMMA. So there are different options here that can be tested. And now we come to it, I say, I want to, for example, because I am already secured with take profit 1, when that is reached, I can no longer incur a loss because the break-even target is there. But I say, I want to set the stop loss at take profit 3 when I have reached take profit 3. Then I activate my stop loss and set it, for example, 1.5% into profit. Then we can take another look at what is happening here. Well, that was okay, I would say. Then I can also say, hey, I want to set my 4th take profit here, because we often have a long move like this, and I just want to push it further up. So I set it, for example, at 8. Then you can see if there might be another 10% on the portfolio profit from that. Now we will just take a look. For example, if I turn off the filter here, where we were then, it's 53%, but these are just the little tricks you can play around with here. And you have now seen, in a very short time, I have simply increased from 20% to 52%. Let's take a quick look at the 30-minute chart. Here as well, you see that I have already prepared the back test from January 3rd. Also Rune is here. From January 3rd, 2023 to the present day, 146% fully automated with an X leverage. The most that was lost in a row was 5 trades. However, this does not always mean that the stop loss will be reached, as trades are often closed before that. This is not clearly visible here, but they are simply closed before that when a counter signal occurs. Here you can see the settings. Trading sensitivity 9.7. I also have a few 1.3% at stop loss in the profits. And this happens with take profit 2, but only that you see in the EFAIL 120 that they simply achieved 146% on the portfolio with an X leverage within about a year and 5 months. That's really, really crazy. And what I wanted to show now is that we just briefly go to the swing signals. I want to keep this somewhat short. Let's look at the swing signals. We turn everything off and we won't talk about that now. I don't want to mention that we use these take profit zones and similar things, but what I'm doing here is I'm a bit too far. So in this case, I'm going to the 12 because I just saw it with the 12 earlier. And I also turn off the filter and we just look at what these swing signals are if you take them into account. And there it is. Without me having played much, I think that speaks for itself, right? If we say that a swing signal came in that was short, it simply took 45% short at the lowest point. When can you exit? You can see here that candles turn partially purple, or you can use a trailing stop loss and let it move down with the price. That would be the first option. Then we can take another look and we have here. Once again a profit trade and we are going in again at 135% at the peak. Exactly, and here you can see these swing signals. I don't need to say much about how well they actually work, right up to the counter signals. Of course, you need to look a bit at price action, but to find possible entries, take a look at this. Sorry, that was a bit too much, but you can say how well they work. This down here might look a bit like it's not so good, but if I zoom in a bit, you can see what I mean. There are, of course, losing trades. For example, that would have been one, but that was again a profitable trade. Here again is a profitable one. It was so minimal in profit, it was a bit in the negative, but you can already see a weak one, a strong one, a wonderfully strong one. And we need to keep in mind what incredible things this is. We are actually still too far back. I might even have to go back further to the year 2022 and take a look at this. And you see, it actually continues from here. So we really received good signals regarding this. Finally, let's take a look at the alarms, because all of this can also be used for bot trading. For those familiar with bot trading and how it works, you can enter various codes here. These will be sent automatically for each take profit, for the long entry, and for everything else that exists. This includes the break-even target, so you know when to close. For the stop loss, or when the stop loss is set into profit, which can naturally happen, if I say I want the stop loss in profit, this is simply sent out here, and I know when to close. The same is also possible for all short profits or short trades, so you can definitely set that up here as well. Once you have done that, you can say, hey, I want to add an alert here. It's just one alert for everything, and I'm talking about momentum moves. We have here 30 minutes, for example, and then I know this is my alarm that I create once, and everything else is sent out fully automatically. It's important to know that this is really simple to do. As you have seen, it's actually a simple indicator. You really only need one indicator that gives you everything. It's super easy to use. Of course, you have to play around a bit with the different coins and the settings, but then you can let it run automatically, or at least get an idea of where the price might go, where the take profits are, and similar things. Check the link in the video description. You can access the indicator there. Otherwise, like the video, share the video, comment a bit, and see you next time.